Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking Catfish, the TV show, season 9, Ayla and Gabby. So we're just going to get on right on to it. So we met Ayla. She's like 26, and young girl living on her own. She met this girl on a lesbian dating site named Gabby. They had an instant connection, especially with the fact that both of them, Ayla and Gabby, they both have sickle cell disease, which causes them to become really cold and sick and joints hurting and everything. So they had like an instant bond over that because like they not too many people understand them, so they can understand each other when it comes to that. So, they fell in love, but, in typical Catfish form, Gabby was being really wishy-washy. She was refusing to meet or video chat. Now, Ayla is from Georgia, but she's originally from New York, and Gabby is from New York. She said she's from Long Island and everything. So Gabby felt like, well, like I'm originally from New York, so like popping up wouldn't be like much of a problem and stuff. So she calls in Neve and Cammy. They come. She tells her story, and she told like a really sad story. She said that when she was 16, like her father had passed away, and then like after her father passed, like her mom like struggled to keep the house, and they lost the house. So Ayla has been on her own since she was 16. And she said she had to work and go to school miles away and stuff. It just wasn't easy for a 16-year-old. And it was pretty unfortunate and sad to hear. And she did break down crying and telling that story. So then after that, she talks about her relationship with Gabby and everything. And even Cammy and like Ayla said that she sent Gabby all kinds of pictures of herself, but Gabby's only sent like one or two, and then and everything. And I guess there was also an Instagram page of Gabby, but Gabby hasn't been on it since 2022. So Neve and Cammy go do their investigation, and they didn't really find much. So like they ran the couple pictures that Gabby had sent her, didn't come back to anything. Then, they ran the phone number, and the phone number came back to Jaleesa something, who was 26 from Staten Island, New York. And Neve was like, well, she said Long Island. Did she really mean Staten Island? And everything. And we are just like, I don't know. But Neve was like, well, either way, she's from an island in New York, basically. And then like they searched the Instagram page and they found like a photo, and they looked up the Jaleesa page, and there was also a photo of something that Gabby had on Jaleesa's page or whatever, and everything. So we're thinking this Jaleesa person might be the person and everything, but we still can't rule anything out. But it's still not really confirmed or whatever. So there was also a picture that Gabby had sent Ayla. It showed like a hookah lounge or whatever, and they searched that picture. They searched the name of that place, and it came up from Staten Island and stuff. So again, so maybe she's from Staten Island, so Long Island. But nonetheless, nothing's official. So they go back and tell Ayla what they found. And, like, the best thing they had to do is just, like, basically just call Gabby to figure to see if she wants to meet. So they called Gabby. She answered. She was hesitant. And she's like, yeah, I know, Ayla. I'll meet, but, there's just some things that she just does not know and that I need to tell her. And we're like, oh boy, here we go. So she agrees to meet, and they go up and meet her. They meet her, and they meet her at night for some odd reason and everything. So, like, they show up to this place and to this park at night, and we see somebody walk in, and lo and behold, it was Gabby. It was the girl in the pictures, and everything was Gabby. So great, she didn't get catfish. Whoop-de-doo. But sometimes that's not always the best case scenario, though. So she may not get catfish, but now we have to hear her side of the story. And Gabby's side of the story is that she had mentioned that she is still legally married. She says she's been separated for a few years, and that her wife is like, they are in a divorce process, but the other person is making it hard on her. I can get past that, but here's another thing I can't get past. Gabby also said another thing is that she started dating this other girl while she was talking to Ayla, and she said that she was still in love with her. And Gabby's just like dumbfounded. I'm like, why are you talking to me? Like, if you're still married or have a relationship and still in love with that person, and like, is she just like she just like played with her heart, like like Ayla was just really upset about that and everything and whatnot. Like we bond over sickle cell disease, and I was confirmed they both do have it and everything. I think that that's what Gabby was just probably looking for at first and stuff, but then the connection just got a little bit far. So Ayla's upset, crying. They decided to come back the next day to Ayla's house to meet and talk more about it and everything. Ayla just basically told her, like, you could have said, like, all of this all could have been avoided if you were just honest and everything. Like, you're still married, you're in love with another girl and everything and whatnot. So, in my opinion with this is that, okay, let's start with Gabby still being legally married. I understand that, when you're married and getting a divorce, it takes a long time to get divorced. That process takes forever because there's always the one person who'll make it harder for somebody and everything. Gab, so I get Gabby's point when it comes to that, but the fact that she also had another girl and said she was still in love with the girl, that's messed up. That's messed up. And she ain't even with the other girl, but she said she's still in love with her. Don't play with people's hearts like that. That's just not cool. So they're talking, and Ayla says her piece. She made Gabby cry a little bit, and like Gabby asked her, like, so where do we go from here? And Ayla said, like, we're not gonna be in any kind of relationship, but if you're gonna be a friend, we could be friends. So we left it at that, and then when they did the 2-month follow-up, here's something ironic. Okay, so they talk very little now, not as much as they used to. Ayla said she was back in the hospital for like 12 days and stuff and everything. She talked to Gabby in that mix. And then when they talked to Gabby, Gabby said she was in the hospital around the same time for 8 days. So, like, it's so ironic. So this could have been a love story, and they could like really, really bond. It was just so ironic how that works. So prayerfully, we have to pray for them with the sickle cell disease and everything, because that's not something to play around with. So this could have been a love story, but it wasn't. Like when Gabby showed up and she wasn't a catfish, like I was like, come on, I'm praying for a love story, praying for a love story. We almost had it, but we just did not. So it's unfortunate, but I would say this episode was a lot better than last week's episode. But I just don't like how Gabby wasn't honest with Ayla about the marriage and a girlfriend. That's just something that's just like the worst case scenario. Like competing with, like, you're basically like competing with an ex that don't want nothing to do with you and stuff. And it's unfortunate. So, nonetheless, it is what it is. I'm glad that they're still friends and they're not as much friendly as they used to be, but they're cool. So we just leave it at that. And that was basically it for this episode. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on next week to recap 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After, and also on Monday to do The Other Way. So stay tuned for that. Remember, guys, please I'm starting to get a little bit more comments now on my videos. Please keep them respectful. No arguing with each other. No rude. No racist. No homophobic comments. No transphobic comments or anything. Please keep comments respectful and only about the episode. You know, you are free to disagree with what I have to say and how I feel, but if you're going to disagree, please be respectful about it. I don't tolerate any kind of like social media bashing. I know it's a free country and free to do whatever we want on the internet, but on my channel we have to be respectful, and we have to be respectful in terms of the YouTube guidelines as well. So please keep that in mind. But I appreciate you guys' love and support. Again, please like and subscribe to my channel. Like, we're growing. We're almost at 50 subscribers, and once we get to 100 subscribers, I'll probably start doing probably get StreamYard and start doing these live videos instead of like pre-recorded and stuff. So be on the lookout of that. But just share this to your friends. Say, hey, this Nathan Temp 2 guy, he's pretty good and stuff. So I appreciate it. I'll appreciate it very, very, very much. And until then, I'll see y'all next week when I do 90 days. So have a good one. Bye, y'all.